This is Dominic coming at you live in Cleveland at the Tower City Amphitheater and covering the show of the Carnival of Madness with a lot of great bands. And right next to me, I have Eric, bass player of Shinedown. Eric, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'll stand up.
Oh, sure.
Good, man. How are you?
Oh, great.
Good.
So, how did you guys get to put this concert together? 'Cause this is like a super festival that's on the road here.
You know, man, this is the first annual Carnival of Madness, and we're so excited, man. We got all of our friends out with us, and it really worked out that we, doing the initial carnival, we have all the bands under one management company. So it was kind of a this is like a trial run. It's like, let's see how this thing will operate, you know. So it's a lot easier just to grab all the bands that you have under one umbrella and make it happen. You know, it's going to be an annual thing now after this, and we're not necessarily going to be on it, but we were honored that they decided to kind of name it after the record, and so yeah, it was just sort of a, I think it's about 6 months ago. Bill, our manager's like, I'm thinking about doing this Carnival of Madness. What do you guys think? And it sounded like a great idea. And we've toured a little bit with Seven Dust over in Europe, but we hadn't gotten a chance to properly tour with them before, and we're really good friends with them. Yeah. And so we've all agreed that this is the most fun we've had on the road in 2 or 3 years, man. Between all the bands are just so cool, and we're all getting along really well, and there are lots of bromances going on and stuff, man. So
I can believe it.
Everybody's attached to the hip. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I noticed when I was making friends with a lot of guys in a lot of different bands, and it just happened that all the bands seemed to be under, like you said, one show.
Yep.
I was like, wow, I had connections with each of the band. I thought this is really cool, and I was like, this, going to a show like this is like seeing friends up there, band after band after band. And I can just imagine how that feels for you guys being out there on the road, being with your friends and people that you're all, hooked up together, all networked together.
It's ridiculous, man. How much fun it has been. I mean, I can't stress it enough. I mean, we've got little ritualistic things we do every day. Like we've got the 6 o'clock dice game that takes place every day during a 7-dust set behind Morgan's drum kit. And Lewis from 10 Years comes up, Barry and Zach from Shinedown, myself, Poochie who's Morgan's drum tech. And then the guys at 7-dust will be running by and they'll throw dice as they're playing, and Morgan will turn around. And, the camaraderie out here is just so great, man. We have a day off golf game, and anybody who wants to go can go and lose as much money as you possibly can, and and then at night, we all go out and get silly together. So it's a lot of guys recovering today actually.
Oh, yeah.
Last night was. There's one particular member of one band, and I'll leave it up to you to figure out who it is. You might be able to tell by the way he looks today, but his bandmates say that they've been together for years and years and years, and this is the drunkest they'd ever seen last night. So we'll see how he fares today on stage. But yeah, man, it's just. I mean, and aside from the music, I mean, these are some of my favorite bands.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, to be able to go out and listen to Chevelle play. I mean, they've got some of my favorite songs. It's 7-dust, 10 Years, Puddle. I mean, it's ridiculous just to the amount of fun we're having. It shouldn't be allowed.
I hear you. Did you get a chance to see any parts of Cleveland while you've been here?
I didn't catch as much of it this time. We stay kind of on the outskirts out near the big mall out there. We try to find a mall every day off now. We end up staying. We stayed downtown every other time we've been here, and it's always been a blast. Went out and played a beautiful golf course yesterday called Canterbury, which is I think it's what
that's a big time place.
Yeah, man. So we stunk it up out there, and that was great. So we just met a lot of cool people, man. This place is always really nice. We went today to the clinic, the Cleveland Clinic, and saw a lot of the patients.
You went to my place where I work at.
Yeah.
I hooked that.
Yeah. Great, man. Yeah. It's a very, very humbling experience to see these people and to see how they're dealing with their illness, and it's just very, very inspiring. So. We love everybody in Ohio, man. It's always great. How
was the reaction at the clinic there from the people? Because I know they didn't have much announcement.
Right. It was amazing, man. Like they were just the spirit that those people have is phenomenal. To be going through what they're going through, they still got a smile on their face. I met a guy today named Jerry, and he's a cyclist and all this stuff, and yet he's just dealing with his bone marrow cancer. And then it's. I was like, when are you getting out, man? I think I'm getting out in a couple of weeks. And the doctor said everything looks good, and he's all all upbeat. But I can't imagine going through that.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
So it's just really it made all of us feel really good to be able to see those people and to maybe make them smile for a minute. As little as it was on our part. Hopefully it brought some brought some joy to their day, you know.
Was it just your band that went there, or was there anybody else?
It was my whole band. Let's see, we had John from Seven Dust, Sam from Chevelle, Jesse from 10 Years, and Wes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we all went down there, and just the big group, and kind of they let us invade their space for a while. So yeah, man, it's really inspiring.
Cool. And if now one of the things I want to talk about is the tour that you have going on here with the record itself.
Mm-hmm.
The record itself. You've been doing this record here for a while.
It's been a while.
And how much longer are you planning on running this record as a tour?
We're gonna run it into the ground. We're going to do this tour, then we're going to go do some radio festivals. We're taking the entire month of October off to write. Originally we planned on going to Europe in October, and it was like, you know what, it's time to start winding this thing down, I think, and let's start writing some material. We've been writing for quite some time, but really concentrated writing we haven't done. It's kind of been, I'll demo something, Zach will demo something, Barry's got this idea over here, Brent's got this thing, and we haven't really clustered it together like we should have yet. So we're going to do that in October, and then November, December, for about 6 weeks, we're going to do an acoustic tour, and that's how we're going to end the record. We're going to go out with. Everybody always tells us that they love how we sound acoustic. I'm like, what better way to? We're going from this huge package that we're doing now with video screens and the whole 9 yards, and we're going to take it down to just just the band members acoustic, and we're going to have some friends out playing with us too, so that'll be fun. And I think the first part of December, I think we're going to call it off. And,
sounds good. And
then next year, once again, just ramp up the writing and get back in the studio. And I'm not saying the record probably won't be out next year, but maybe early 2012.
Have you started working on writing any of it?
Oh yeah, I mean we like I said, I've got a pretty good stockpile of demos, music stuff, a lot of me humming melodies over pretty poorly, and just ideas, templates, ideas. The two soundtrack songs we had, the song for the Expendables Stallone movie, and then the one for Alice in Wonderland, both came out of demos that we had laying around because we needed them quick, and we're on the road, and we actually recorded them all on the road. So those are really the only two ideas that have come together solidly, but always writing. We've always got ideas. It's really the point now where we need to get in a room with acoustic guitars and really start banging it out, rather than the demo process is great for it's therapy. It's like you're always nervous about another record, and so it gives you a chance to compile your ideas and get everything together, and you feel really good about it. But at some point you got to all get in the room together and make it happen. So that's what we're getting ready to do. What's
the overall vibe that you feel like this record's going to have as compared to your previous couple?
We keep talking about extremes. I don't know. Who knows what it's going to be? We keep talking about, this record, the Sound of Madness, like the heavy stuff was heavier than the last stuff. The ballad stuff was bigger than the last stuff. So how much bigger can we make the ballads? How much heavier can we make the heavy stuff? Can we expand it a little more without it getting too squirrely? I think that's sort of been the that really is the extent that we've talked about it rather. It's just going to kind of get in there and see let it take its own shape. I think you can't force it. So this tour could have a profound effect on the record. You never know. Just being around a lot heavier bands now, so might be a great thing for us.
Speaking of the ballad sections, how does it feel to know that your music can cross over to play, like on the soft rock stations, and also be playing like on the hard stations? How does it make you guys feel? It's more of sort of like a Zeppelin kind of thing, but in a modern day thing.
It makes for a very interesting demographic. I mean, it makes for when we started the tour, it was mainly 18 to 35-year-old males. Were into our stuff. And that's great. And we love the rock crowd. It's amazing. And now you've got 8-year-olds to 80-year-olds that come out, and it feels great, to be honest with you. It's amazing to have somebody tell you that Second Chance is their favorite song, Crow and the Butterfly, and somebody else's Sound of Madness and Devour, and that those people are able to grab a hold of everything. So it's like the guy who loves Devour will still like Call Me or something like that, piano song at the end of the record, and the girl who likes Second Chance can still grab a hold of Sound of Madness. So it's an amazing feeling to have. Here's a perfect example. Zach and I went out to the golf course the other day, and we're playing, and there's the hot cart chick. She has no idea who the band is. We go into the pro shop, and there's this 65-year-old gentleman working there. He knows exactly who we are, knows all the songs, and it's like Yeah, that's what it's like to be in Shinedown. It's like, you know, you have such a you never know who the fan's going to be. You know, it could be the 5-year-old kid, it could be the grandmother, it could be the soccer mom, it could be, you know, the 18-year-old guy who's in high school. You know, so we love that. It's good for the soul. It's
sort of like a musical dream thing. You know, just you feeling. I remember when I was a kid. You know, my dream was to put together a band and just be able to have on record, like in examples, they had to have like polka and then it'd be rock and it'd be country, so you can cover everything. But you know, having the opportunity to captivate the whole demographics as a manner. I mean, that must be a really cool feeling.
It is great, man. It kind of takes me back to when I was a kid. I was a huge Van Halen fan, and I kind of came along during Van Hagar. So, you know, I 5150 was one of my first records I ever had. And you look at that record, look at Dreams. You know, that's a huge like top 40 type of rock song. You know, and then you've got the dirtier, down dirty rock stuff. You know, and they're another one of those bands that could do that. And I just remember the way being a kid, the way that music made me feel. And now, you know, being an adult, it still makes me feel the same way. So hopefully, you know, we'll be lucky enough to have that sort of longevity and you know, be able to continue this. You know, maybe because we can cross over the way we can.
Oh, definitely.
So we'll see. Hopefully.
Sounds good. Can you do me a quick favor here? I know you guys are starting to get ready.
Sure, man.
It's almost time for your dice game. So.
It is 6 o'clock dice game.
Can you do me a quick favor? I'll do a promo ID for our show. Just say your name, your band, of course, and say you're listening to Maximum Threshold, and then throw something crazy out at the end.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, because you're on air.
All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Eric from the band Shinedown, and you are listening to Maximum Threshold. Damn it.
That was great. Eric, I want to thank you.
Couldn't come with anything more witty than that on the spot. I'm sorry. Hey, good to see you guys. Thank you for everything, man.